Hi everybody. Uh, we continue with our discussion on the chapter sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Up till now we have finished two points in the discussion. We have done the development of male gametophyte right from androecium till the last stage of the development, and we have also done development of female gametophyte from the gynoecium up to the last stage of development. The third topic that we would like to talk upon today is the topic of pollination. Obviously, that's the next obvious step, right? Okay, once the male and female gametophyte are ready, the process of pollination is going to occur. Okay, so we talk about pollination. Let's start. So, pollination defined as transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of the same flower or another flower. Now, that's a definition that we've been learning since our school days, right? Now, so we know basically there are two types of pollination. Either if it is in the same flower, it is self pollination. If another flower is involved, it is cross pollination, right? First essential step towards sexual reproduction. Obviously, without pollination, sexual reproduction is not possible. It's a precursor to sexual reproduction. It leads to stimulation and germination of pollen grains. I mentioned that in the male gametophyte wala lecture, that the intine coming out of the germ pore is nothing but germination of pollen grain. And it helps the male and female gametes to come near and achieve the process of fertilization. Now, going to the types of pollination. We have two types of pollination, self pollination and cross pollination. But within them also we have a little subtypes. Self pollination is of two types, autogamy and geitonogamy. Cross pollination is actually one type, लेकिन two types बोल सकते हैं. Xenogamy is pure cross pollination and hybridization is not a natural process, it's an artificial process. Okay, let's do these four types. Now, in case of self pollination, pure self pollination is autogamy. So, when pollen grains are transferred from anther to stigma of the same flower, right now, same mother plant, then it is called as autogamy. ये देखो, pollen grains are transferred from anther to stigma of the same flower. It is called as autogamy. It is possible only in bisexual flowers, right? So, if a flower is bisexual, it has got androecium, it has got gynoecium, and then transfer is possible, right? See, we are mentioning autogamy is possible only in bisexual flowers. We are not saying that if a flower is bisexual, it will go only for autogamy. The reverse may not necessarily be true, right? Please do not try to draw your own conclusions from that, please. हाँ, लेकिन अगर ऑटोगैमी के लिए बोलना है तो ऑटोगैमी किस में पॉसिबल है? अगर फ्लावर के अंदर एंड्रोशियम है, गाइनोशियम है, तो ही ऑटोगैमी पॉसिबल है. ठीक है, रिवर्स लॉजिक मत अप्लाई करना. गीटनोगैमी. Now look, this is an image of the geitonogamy. Pollen grains of a flower, yes, this is the pollen grain, transferred from androecium, anther, to the stigma of another flower. Can you see another flower is involved here? But on the same mother plant. On the same mother plant. उसको बोलते हैं geitonogamy. See, gamy, you know, is the literal meaning of gamy is marriage, coming together, right? That is marriage, right? ना geitonga का मतलब होता है neighbor. ठीक है? Purely applied in botanical sense, don't get any other ideas, please. So, geitonogamy is when fusion occurs between two neighboring plants. but which are of the same mother plant, right? अब सी यहाँ पर एक एक्स्ट्रा फ्लावर इन्वॉल्व है, तो क्या इसको हम प्योर सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन बोल सकते हैं? नहीं, क्योंकि एक और फ्लावर इन्वॉल्व हो गया। लेकिन चूंकि मदर प्लांट सेम है, तो दोनों फ्लावर का जेनेटिक मेकअप इज गोइंग टू बी सेम। सो द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ ऑटोगैमी and the product of geitonogamy is going to be same, because mother plant same है यहाँ पर, right? लेकिन चूंकि ये it is involving another flower, it is a little of different type now. So geitonogamy, right, can be called as ecologically cross pollination. Flower wise two flowers, so ecologically it is cross pollination, but genetically it is self pollination, right? You can make a small note there, right? Geitonogamy is ecologically cross but genetically self. ठीक है, okay. अब let's take the case of a plant which is monoecious, right? Now you start thinking monoecious का मतलब क्या? Monoecious means a plant which has both the type of flowers, staminate flowers as well as pistillate flowers, right? Male flowers भी है, female flowers भी है. So can you have geitonogamy occurring on such plants? Yes. So geitonogamy is a characteristic in which plants? Monoecious plants. ठीक है, सो मोनोइशियस प्लांट जो है वो गीटनोगैमी तो अलाउ करेगा, क्योंकि एक मेल प्लांट, एक मेल फ्लावर, एक फीमेल फ्लावर है, राइट? सेम मदर प्लांट है, सेम मदर प्लांट है, राइट? एक सिर्फ स्टेमन वाला फ्लावर है, एक सिर्फ कार्पिल वाला फ्लावर है, पिस्टिल वाला फ्लावर है. सो ट्रांसफर कैन अकर, सेम मदर प्लांट है, राइट? इकोलॉजिकली क्रॉस हो गया लेकिन जेनेटिकली, सो दैट विल बी गीटनोगैमी. सो कैन गीटनोगैमी, a monoecious plant, prevent autogamy? Yes. Monoecious है तो autogamy नहीं हो सकता, but can it prevent geitonogamy? No. Right? So monoecious plant में geitonogamy possible हो सकता है, right? I am giving you various terms so that they can twist these type of statements and ask you MCQs on that, please. So that's why I keep on mentioning जो पिछले चैप्टर्स में लर्न किया हुआ है, यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट दैट. दे कैन कंबाइन एंड आस्क क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम एनी ऑफ देम. ठीक है, सो टू टर्म्स आर क्लियर फॉर अस, ऑटोगैमी एंड गीटनोगैमी. ठीक, ओके. नाउ कमिंग टू क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन, विच इज ऑल्सो टर्म्ड एज एलोगैमी. जैसे उसको ऑटोगैमी बोलते हैं, उसको एलोगैमी बोलते हैं. नाउ लुक एट दिस पर्टिकुलर डायग्राम. ट्रांसफर ऑफ पोलन ग्रेन्स from androecium of one flower to the gynoecium of another flower, which is lying on another plant but of the same species, but of the same, इसको बोलते हैं xenogamy, right? Xeno means stranger, right? No, if we have fear of strangers, we say it's xenophobia, right? XENO, xeno का मतलब है stranger, right? So यहाँ पर there is transfer of pollen grains from a male flower to a female flower, यानी दोनों प्लांट्स अलग अलग है लेकिन स्पीशीज सेम है. मतलब ये स्पीशीज का मेल प्लांट है, ये स्पीशीज का फीमेल प्लांट है, मतलब ये प्लांट डाइशियस है. दिस इज अ डाइशियस प्लांट. सो गीटनोगैमी में मोनोइशियस आ जाएगा, जेनोगैमी में डाइशियस आ जाएगा. सो अगर प्लांट डाइशियस है तो क्या गीटनोगैमी पॉसिबल है? नहीं पॉसिबल है. क्या ऑटोगैमी पॉसिबल है? नहीं पॉसिबल है. जेनोगैमी पॉसिबल है? पॉसिबल है. सो अ मोनोइशियस प्लांट, लिसन केयरफुली, अ मोनोइशियस प्लांट कैन प्रिवेंट ऑटोगैमी बट नॉट गीटनोगैमी, बट अ डाइशियस प्लांट can prevent both autogamy and geitonogamy. It will allow only xenogamy. ठीक है, and the last one is hybridization. Hybridization, I told you, it's an artificial process, right? Now when you transfer pollen grains from one flower to another and both are could be of different species or genera. It is purely hybridization, right? So we got autogamy, we've got geitonogamy, xenogamy, and hybridization. These are the subtypes of pollination, right? But the two main subtypes, is self and cross. Now, having finished this, the next point that comes up is what are the advantages and disadvantages of self and cross, right? So, first we take up advantages and disadvantages of self, right? A lot of advantages of self. Let's take up one by one. It is a sure method of pollination in bisexual flowers. See, again I'm repeating, right? Self-pollination is a sure method in bisexual flowers. अगर flower bisexual है तो definitely अगर कुछ नहीं possible है तो self-pollination तो possible है. But there is a rider, there is a condition where the sex organs mature at the same time. Androecium है, gynoecium है, flower bisexual है. That is not the only condition for self-pollination to occur. Even both have to mature at the same time, right? Stigma has to get matured, pollen grain का development होना चाहिए. So both maturing at the same time is called homogamy. When androecium and gynoecium mature at the same time, it is called as a homogamous flower. So when in a flower you have bisexual condition and a homogamous condition, then it is a recipe for self-pollination to occur, right? फिर भी we will have some types कि बाबा flower bisexual है, homogamous है, फिर भी there can be some flowers in which self-pollination नहीं होगा. Maybe towards the end I'll come to one or two examples for that. Clear, please? But bisexual plus homogamy, you can be sure that okay, self-pollination possible है इसमें. Okay. Now, if the flower is same, there is no requirement for any external agency, right? Now, you don't require wind to carry pollen grains, you don't require any insect to carry pollen grains. किसी भी external agency की ज़रूरत नहीं है, because the androecium and gynoecium are within the same flower. So there is no need for production of extra pollen grains. There is no need for color, attractive corolla का ज़रूरत नहीं है. You don't need fragrance. You don't need nectar, which are basically rewards for the pollinator, right? Now, so how do you attract an insect? Color is there. When the insect comes, what is you offer a reward for pollination? Nectar is a reward which you offer for pollination, right? Now, so all these things are not required. So flowers is least wasted. No energy is spent on color, nectar, fragrance. But the same thing in cross pollination, ये सब चीजों की जरूरत पड़ेगी. So you need to spend energy. So energetically, this is an economical process. No dependency on external agencies. I told you external agencies, wind, water, insect. Genetically pure line varieties are obtained. Now, you have recently done the chapter on genetics. You should know what is a pure line. When you have the same characteristics continuing for 3 continuous generations, right? Now, so then it's called as a pure line. So, pure line variety agar chahiye, so what kind of pollination do you need? You need self-pollination. Once an improved variety of crop or seed or fruit is obtained, an increase in the number of same variety can be achieved only by self-pollination. Okay? So these are all advantages of self-pollination. But wait a minute. Sure method of pollination in bisexual flowers. अगर हम लोग क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन देखते हैं, ये देखो, तो जो इसके एडवांटेजेस है उसको अगर ऑपोजिट करेंगे तो क्रॉस का डिसएडवांटेज हो जाएगा, राइट ना? देखते हैं हम लोग. तो अब इसके डिसएडवांटेज क्या है? सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन का सबसे बड़ा डिसएडवांटेज है कि यू कैन नॉट रिमूव एन एग्जिस्टिंग फीचर फ्रॉम द प्लांट, नीदर कैन यू इंट्रोड्यूस, right now. So if there is an undesirable character in the plant, you can't remove it, you can't eliminate it. And if you want to introduce a desirable character in a plant, you cannot do that. So desirable features cannot be introduced, undesirable, unwanted characteristics cannot be removed from the plant. This is the biggest disadvantage of self-pollination. Continuous self-pollination, generation after generation, results in weak progeny. Right? So continuous self-pollination will cause the progeny to become weaker. Now, what do you mean by weak progeny? A weak progeny matlab the number of seeds will start becoming less. Seeds की viability का period कम हो जाएगा. Right? They will have less vigor. Quality will be less. Right? So that is called as a weak progeny. So all these are disadvantages of self-pollination. On the other hand, if we look at cross-pollination, it is possible to introduce a desirable character, right? Because you are crossing it with some other plant. It is possible to eliminate an undesirable character from the progeny. So the disadvantage of self is actually an advantage of cross. It produces new combination of characters. So always there is an addition of new character according to the environmental demand. So you have a stronger and a stronger progeny. ये देखो, high yielding and disease resistant plant. Offsprings are healthier, more viable, better suited for survival. So if you want the same characters to continue, you want a pure line variety, you go in for self-pollination as a method. If you want an introduction of a character or removal of a character, then you go in for cross-pollination as a method. The disadvantages of cross-pollination. See, it's a double-edged sword. अगर यहाँ पर डिजायरेबल कैरेक्टर इंट्रोड्यूस हो सकता है तो अनडिजायरेबल भी आ सकता है. अगर अनडिजायरेबल कैरेक्टर हम लोग निकाल सकते हैं तो डिजायरेबल भी निकल सकता है. इट्स अ डबल एज स्वर्ड. ठीक है. Lot of wastage of pollen grains because obviously the number of pollen grains are more to compensate for the wastage, right? Wind pollination में so many pollen grains have to be carried. Or few will result in pollination. मतलब बाकी सब तो waste हो जाएगा. ठीक है. So and dependency on external carriers है तो failure के chances ज़्यादा रहेंगे. Right? Self-pollination में there is no dependency on external carriers. External agency पर dependency, so it's a sure shot method. Right? Whereas in case of cross-pollination, failure के chances ज़्यादा है. The pollinating agency is unpredictable. Right? Wind and water are abiotic agencies. Biotic agency में it is not necessary that insect will go and pollinate. It can go somewhere else. So the pollen grain can get dropped also. It can be lost also. कुछ भी हो सकता है. Chances of failure are high. Yeah, as I mentioned, a lot of energy is required for color, fragrance, nectar, and here in agency, in self-pollination, no such energy wastages there. Okay, so topic number 2 in pollination was what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of self-pollination and cross-pollination. Clear with that, please? Okay, just a minute. Next we come to what are agencies of pollination. Right? Now, there are two agencies of pollination you can see very clearly mentioned here. Abiotic. These are non-living agencies, wind, water. And biotic, that means living agencies. Animals. Right? A lot of animals unintentionally can be means of carrying pollen grains. Right? See, animals are always in search of food. Right? So they scout for food, and these plants, they offer food in different forms. So they attract these animals towards themselves, and in the process of obtaining food, the pollen grains are transferred on the bodies of these animals. And when they go to a different plant or a different flower for food, that is how the pollen grains get transferred. Okay? So animal pollination is termed zoophily. It's a collective term, right? So abiotic में we have wind pollination, that is anemophily, right? ये term पहले हमको आके गया है. Gymnosperms are wind pollinated, anemophilous. Water pollination is hydrophily. Zoophily में you have insects, entomophily. Study of insects is entomology, right? In the first lecture we had done tapetum. Tapetum में pollen kit था, right? Pollen kit is secreted in case of entomophilous flowers. So insect pollinated flowers. Bird pollination is ornithophily, right? Ornithology, study of birds. Bats is chiropterophily, right? I hope that rings a bell somewhere. We had done Mammalia के अंदर one of the orders was Chiroptera, right? Okay, so that is concerning bats. Snails can act as an agency, it's called as malacophily. Ants can also act as an agency, it's myrmecophily. And in some cases even snakes can be the same, it's ophiophily. Okay, so we would be doing about 5 agencies of pollination, wherein characteristics of wind, characteristics of water, insect, birds and bats, right? Maybe Albertly just थोड़ा सा brief में करेंगे हम लोग. In case of anemophily, right? What is anemophily? Sorry. Anemophily is pollination by wind. See, we are talking about abiotic agencies now. If the agency is abiotic, non-living, so color, fragrance, nectar, अब इनसे तुम सिर्फ किसको अट्रैक्ट कर सकते हो? लिविंग एजेंसी को. लिविंग एजेंसी वुड बी अट्रैक्टेड टू कलर, फ्रेग्रेंस और नेक्टर. सो अ नॉन लिविंग एजेंसी अगर है, सो इफ अ प्लांट इज pollinated by either wind or water, will it be colorful flower? No. Will it have fragrance? No. Will it have nectar? No. Right? But लेकिन correspondingly pollen grain production has to be high. Right? Exposure of stamen and carpel has to be there. Okay. So characteristics of flower, they change, right? Now there is a change in the characteristics of flower with respect to calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium according to the nature of the pollinating agency. See, otherwise all the flowers would have same types of character, right? What would the need for having different characteristics? See, flowers need to adapt themselves to the pollinating agency. तो ही तो वो agency के through pollinate कर पाएगा. अगर वो pollinate नहीं कर पाएगा तो उसका species कैसे propagate होगा? Getting that, please? So we have adaptations, floral adaptations, changes in flower, right? So यहाँ पर main focus is on calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, right? Stamen, carpel. How do they modify themselves? Okay. Flowers are small, right? Inconspicuous but numerous, right? So you don't need big attractive flowers. What you need are small flowers but more in number. They grow in large groups to ensure pollination. No bright color, no fragrance, no nectar. I just mentioned that. When flowers are unisexual, flowers are unisexual. मतलब मेल फ्लावर भी हो सकता है, फीमेल भी हो सकता है. Monoecious plant. Male flowers are more numerous compared to females and situated at a higher level. ये देखो, मेज का प्लांट है. Can you see the male inflorescence at the top? Right? Can you see the female inflorescence? ये styles देखो, female inflorescence है, ये उसकी styles है. Right? This is the female inflorescence. ठीक है. So male inflorescence, male flowers are at the top. So यहाँ से wind will carry the pollen grains and drop them here. Lower flowers of the inflorescence open earlier. Now they are talking about lower flowers of the inflorescence. They are not talking about lower flowers here. ये पूरा inflorescence है, right? So यहाँ के lower flowers will open up here. We have done 2 types of inflorescence. You can check back, please. Essential whorls, of stamen and carpel, right, are well exposed. Can you see a pura exposure? There is no सब petals के enclosed वगैरह कुछ नहीं है. It is exposed because wind, they have to expose them to wind for them to carry. Look at the style, it is exposed, right? There is no covering of the corolla here. So this is another very major difference. जब हम लोग we are talking about biotically living agency के अंदर you will find that stamen carpel जो है ना corolla के अंदर, so उसमें corolla बड़ा होता है. They are concealed. Stamen carpel are concealed. यहाँ पे stamen carpel are exposed. It's an abiotic agency. Where accessory whorls like calyx and corolla are absent or reduced, right? You don't see any calyx or corolla here. They are reduced or absent, right? और अगर reduced अगर है तो you cannot differentiate between the calyx and corolla. In that case, you know it's called as a perianth, which will come in hydrophily. Anthers are versatile. Now, what do you mean by a versatile anther? See, anther, stamen has two parts, anther and filament. वो structure हमको आता है, right? Let's say, for example, this mouse here is the anther and this is the filament, right? My finger is the filament and this is the anther. ठीक है? Now, anther का दो sides होगा, dorsal और ventral, right ना? Let's say, for example, ये सामने वाला side है और ये पीछे वाला. So, मेरे तरफ जो side है वो dorsal side है, आपके तरफ है जो ventral side है. ये उसका, मेरा finger जो है वो उसका filament है. So, when the filament is attached on the dorsal surface at a single point, it is attached to a single point. So, क्या होगा अब ये? So, this anther is a freely moving anther. Such an anther is called as a versatile anther. ऐसे anther को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? It's a versatile. It can swing according to the direction of the wind now. So, is this not a modification according to the pollinating agency? Get that, please. So, that is a verse. So, you can just write, make a note, versatile में the filament is attached to the anther at a single point on the dorsal surface so that it becomes a freely swinging anther, versatile. The stigma is often branched and feathery. Right now, you have a feather appearance of a stigma. So, अब देखो, when you have a feather, उसका surface area बढ़ जाता है. Surface area बढ़ता है तो more pollen grains can be trapped. So again, this is an adaptation for trapping more pollen grains, for attracting नहीं बोल सकते, trapping more pollen grains. Pollen grains are produced in large numbers as there is more wastage. Pollen grains are small, pale, yellow, smooth, dry, right now? So no stickiness here. No rough surface here, as in case of animal entomophily. Maybe winged, right now? Now, when you have winged structure, the winged structure helps the pollen grain to remain suspended in air for a long time. Example देखो, pinus दिया है. And other day I was mentioning, I think in the doubt solving session, that pine trees के जो seeds होते हैं, they have to travel long distances, 150-200 kilometers. So the winged structure of a pollen grain helps it to remain suspended in the air for a longer time, to travel long distances. Some wind pollinated flowers like Urtica, they have an explosive mechanism. Anther is going to burst. It's called as a gunpowder mechanism or an explosive mechanism. Right? In plants like maize, male flowers are at the apex, females are at the base to facilitate pollination. Okay? So these are some examples in case of monocots and dicots which opt for anemophily. Right? So I hope anemophily, wind pollination is clear. Hydrophily. Now, hydrophily, pollination carried out by water pollination. See, when you talk about pollination by water, the first plant that comes to our mind is lotus, right? Perhaps because the only water plant that we know is lotus, perhaps, right? But that is not the case. Lotus, remember, has got a large corolla. It has got fragrance, it has got nectar. So it is an insect pollinated plant. It is not a water pollinated plant. Please, right? So please don't have any wrong ideas. We have plants like Ceratophyllum, Vallisneria, Hydrilla, Lemna, Zostera. They are the ones. Very few genera are there which opt for water pollination. Now flowers are unisexual, small, inconspicuous, as we expect them to be, because abiotic agency hai. No color, no fragrance, no nectar. Perianth has a waxy coating. I told you, यहाँ पे perianth आ गया देखो. Waxy coating. Now since we are in water, the waxy coating prevents the wetting, right? Once it becomes wet, the pollen grains or the part, right? Now the heaviness causes them to dump down in the water. Widely open the exposed essential whorls. Pollen grains are in large number. Pollen grains are without exine. Waxy coating, light and weight. Specific gravity is controlled by one or more starch grains in the pollen grain. Now, specific gravity is very important for hydrophily. If you see, specific gravity will decide whether the pollen grain can float above the surface or below the surface. राइट अगर पोलन ग्रेन लाइट है, वाटर से उसका स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी कम है, तो वो फ्लोट होगा. अगर फ्लोट होगा तो पॉलिनेशन इज अबाउ द सरफेस ऑफ वाटर. एंड इफ पोलन ग्रेन का स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी इज नियरली दैट ऑफ वाटर और स्लाइटली मोर, ये थोड़ा नीचे सरफेस पे नीचे आ जाएगा वो, तो इन दैट केस द पॉलिनेशन इज बिलो द सरफेस ऑफ वाटर. So pollination can either, so hydrophily, I am trying to say, hydrophily can either be above the surface of water or below the surface of water. So accordingly, you can have epihydrophily or hypohydrophily. So pollination either can occur on the surface or just below the surface, right? So we are discussing two types of hydrophily: epihydrophily and hypohydrophily. Now hypohydrophily के examples come as Ceratophyllum zosterberrina. Again, plant is bisexual. Individual flowers are unisexual. Plant is bisexual. Individual flowers are unisexual. Male flower has 30 to 40 stamens. Maturity पे anthers get separated. They float to the surface at the base, right, where they undergo anthesis. Anthesis is where the anthers will break open and pollen grains are released. The pollen grains bear the specific gravity as that of water, and the released pollen grains float and germinate, which they pollinate the female flower. तो ये just जो है ना वो surface के नीचे होगा, hypohydrophily. Epihydrophily is a little interesting. In fact, the example is very interesting. Here the example is Vallisneria. The plant is called as Vallisneria, right? And in this pollination part, this is one of the favorite questions which I find coming in papers. Now, look at this. This is a schematic diagram for Vallisneria. Vallisneria is a dioecious plant. Now, what do you understand by the term dioecious? यानी मेल Vallisneria अलग है, फीमेल Vallisneria अलग है. ठीक है. अब देखो ये वाला जो प्लांट आपको दिख रहा है वो मेल Vallisneria है, राइट? और ये वाला प्लांट जो आपको दिख रहा है वो फीमेल Vallisneria है. अब मेल Vallisneria में ये जो दिख रहा है वो आपको पेडिसेल है. ये छोटे छोटे सिंगल स्ट्रैंड्स दिख रहे हैं, वो पेडिसेल है फ्लावर का, और इसमें मेल फ्लावर्स अटैच थे. अब द टाइम मेल फ्लावर्स दे मेच्योर, राइट, एंथर मेच्योर हो गया, रेडी टू रिलीज द पोलन ग्रेन्स. सो एंथर्स यानी मेल फ्लावर यहां से डिटैच हो जाएगा और डिटैच होके सरफेस पे आ जाएगा. ठीक है, वेटिंग फॉर द फीमेल फ्लावर. नाउ अब दिस इज द फीमेल फ्लावर. लुक एट द फीमेल फ्लावर. एवरीबडी प्लीज, कैन यू लुक एट द पेडिसेल? कैन यू सी अ वेरी लॉन्ग एंड अ कॉइल्ड पेडिसेल? Very long and a coiled pedicel. When the gynoecium becomes mature, This pedicel undergoes uncoiling. Look at this, uncoiling, and the flower which was submerged is now on the surface. It is now on the surface. So मेल फ्लावर डिटैच होके आया ऊपर, राइट, एंथेसिस होगा, पोलन ग्रेन्स रिलीज होगा, और ये जो फ्लावर है इसका जो स्ट्रक्चर है ना वो बोट शेप्ड है, तो ये पोलन ग्रेन्स को ले लेगा अंदर, एंड दैट इज हाउ पॉलिनेशन इज अकरिंग. More surprisingly, once pollination has occurred, यानी पोलन ग्रेन ट्रांसफर हो गया, फीमेल फ्लावर को मिल गया, स्टिग्मा पर डिपॉजिट हो गया, दिस विल रिकॉइल एंड गो बैक डाउन अगेन. यानी पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन, पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन सब नीचे होगा अभी. दैट मीन्स द फ्लावर हैज कम टू द सरफेस ओनली फॉर पॉलिनेशन. So pollination is now on the surface, not below the surface. So it's a case of epihydrophily, right? So this is the entire description of the epihydrophily, right? So ये male Vallisneria है, this is the female Vallisneria, the long and coiled pedicel that we see. It's a very very often mentioned example for hydrophily, especially epihydrophily. The example is Vallisneria. Very good example. ठीक है, so abiotic agency तक we have now finished, right? We are still left with biotic agencies and a few more topics of pollination, which we will try and cover in the next video. Okay, thank you.